It all starts with a single belief. The belief that you're cursed to absorb everyone's pain, that you're some kind of energetic sponge destined to suffer through other people's emotions. You walk into a room and immediately feel heavy. Someone sits next to you and their anxiety becomes yours. A friend calls upset and suddenly you're carrying their burden. But here is what most people get wrong about spiritual empathy. You weren't born this way. This isn't some genetic curse passed down through your family line. This sensitivity developed during your spiritual awakening. As your consciousness expanded, so did your ability to feel what others feel. The problem is, no one taught you how to use this gift. Today I'm sharing 7 signs you become a spiritual empath and the one active solution that will stop you from being drained by other people's energy. The difference between being a victim of energy and mastering it comes down to understanding one fundamental shift. You're not meant to be a receiver. You're meant to be a sender. Before we continue, if you're ready to break free from the repeating patterns that hold you back, check out my free guide, 5 inner blocks that keep you from deep spiritual growth. The link is waiting for you in the top comment below. The first sign is you feel others' physical pain and emotional states in your own body. You're sitting across from someone who mentions their headache, and suddenly your head starts pounding. Your friend is anxious about a job interview, and your chest tightens with their worry. This isn't sympathy or imagination. You're literally experiencing their energy as physical sensation in your system. The second sign is certain people become impossible to be around because their energy overwhelms you instantly. You know exactly who I'm talking about. That person whose presence makes you feel like you're drowning. Before they even speak, you feel their chaos, their unresolved pain, their emotional storms. You start avoiding them, making excuses, because being near them feels like standing in a hurricane. The third sign is crowded places drain you completely. Shopping malls, airports, concerts, even busy restaurants leave you exhausted. You need hours or sometimes days to recover from what should have been a simple outing. It's not the noise or the activity that gets to you. It's the collective energy of dozens or hundreds of people all mixing together in your system. The fourth sign is you know things about people without being told. Their secrets, their struggles, their hidden emotions show up in your awareness without any explanation. You meet someone new and immediately sense their grief, their fear, their unspoken trauma. You know which relationships are struggling, which people are lying, which ones are carrying deep pain they've never shared with anyone. The fifth sign is your mood shifts dramatically based on who you are around, even strangers. You wake up feeling peaceful, then spend 10 minutes with your neighbor, and suddenly you're irritated for no reason. You're happy until you pass someone on the street who's depressed, and their heaviness settles into your chest. Your emotional state becomes a reflection of everyone else's inner world. The sixth sign is you experience dreams or visions about others, their past traumas, their current struggles, their inner world shows up in your sleep or meditation. You dream about events from their childhood you never heard about. You see their fears, their hopes, their spiritual condition playing out in vivid detail. These aren't random dreams. They're energetic downloads about the people in your life. The seventh sign is you can sense the spiritual condition of places. You walk into a house and immediately feel whether it's peaceful or heavy. Certain rooms make you uncomfortable for no logical reason. You can tell when a space has been filled with argument, sadness, or joy. Buildings, offices, even hotel rooms carry the energetic residue of everyone who's been there, and you pick up on all of it. Here is where most spiritual empaths get trapped. They try to block the energy, shield themselves, build walls around their aura. They imagine white light bubbles. They carry crystals. They avoid certain people and places. But this approach keeps you in victim mode. You're still operating from the belief that energy is something that happens to you, something you have to defend against. The real shift is this: instead of trying to receive less energy, start actively sending more energy. When you feel someone's anxiety creeping into your chest, don't try to push it away. Send them peace. When their anger surges through your body, send them compassion. When their sadness settles into your bones, send them light. This isn't about positive thinking or wishful visualization. This is about understanding how energy actually works. Energy flows where attention goes. When you focus on receiving, on feeling what others feel, you become a magnet for their emotional states. But when you focus on sending, on projecting your intention outward, you become the source instead of the sponge. Here is how to practice this. The moment you notice someone else's energy affecting you, immediately shift your focus. Instead of absorbing their stress, consciously send them calm. Picture peace flowing from your heart to theirs. Instead of taking on their pain, send uplifting energy toward them. You don't have to look at them or even be near them. All you need is your mind and imagination to visualize that you're sending energy. You're not trying to fix them or change their experience. You're simply choosing to be the one who sends rather than the one who receives. This works because it changes your energetic posture completely. When you're passively receiving, you're open, vulnerable, at the mercy of whatever energy comes your way. But when you're actively sending, you're in control. You're deciding what energy flows through you and out into the world. The person sitting next to you is anxious. Send them peace. Your coworker is frustrated. Send them understanding. The stranger on the bus is grieving. Send them comfort. You don't need to know their story to fix their problems. You just need to choose to be a source of positive energy rather than a collector of negative energy. What happens next is profound. Instead of feeling drained by other people's emotion, you start feeling energized by your own capacity to transform energy. Instead of avoiding difficult people, you become someone who can be around anyone because you're not taking on their stuff. You're giving them something better. The deeper truth is this: all energy is neutral until you assign meaning to it. What you call negative energy is just energy that has been labeled and interpreted through fear, judgment, or resistance. When you stop trying to protect yourself from it and start consciously directing it toward healing and peace, you realize you were never the victim of energy. You were always its master. Real mastery comes when you understand that being a spiritual empath isn't about feeling everything. It's about transforming everything you feel into something higher. You become a spiritual alchemist, turning the lead of others' pain into the gold of compassion and healing. Before we wrap up, if you found this helpful and want to go deeper, remember that free download I mentioned, 5 inner blocks that keep you from deep spiritual growth. The link is waiting for you in the top comment below. You are not cursed to absorb everyone's pain. You're gifted with the ability to transform it through active sending. The moment you stop being a passive receiver and start being an intentional center of peace, love, and healing energy, everything changes. Start with one person today. The next time you feel someone's negative energy affecting you, immediately send them light or compassion instead of absorbing their chaos. Notice how different you feel when you're the source rather than the sponge. This is just the beginning of true spiritual mastery.